Hi friends, so this is my markbook. I made this since I was getting sick of using the ones that were available to me and sick of paying $30 every year for markbook software that I had gotten used to teaching high school. So I learned some Excel and built this over a number of months. So the basic functionalities are over here in the average section, you'll just write someone's name. We can put two names in. Let's just do Bob and Samantha. So if we just put in some names right here, we obviously don't have an overall average, and it says the overall percentages for every class, whether there's any missing assignments and any excused assignments. So let's go over to English to look at some of the functionalities. So for Bob and Samantha, we don't have any marks for any of these categories. So if we put a summative assessment in, let's just do weight number 1. Now, previously my markbook software was only able to do a single category at a time. So if we would put R for reading, for example, and let's say they got 75%. They have a mark for reading. The overall average is 75 because there's no other marks or any other category. The newest version that I've updated now, you can actually put multiple categories in. So let's say this was a reading and writing assignment. You can put it in for both, and you'll see over here that reading and writing both have 75 now. If I did, let's say it was a project, it was counted a little bit for everything. Obviously, it doesn't make sense to put 75 for 4 strands because things will vary a little bit, but this is just an example to illustrate. If we go back over to here, we can see that they have 75%, 0 missed, and 0 excused. Back over to here, let's say we do a second assignment, and it's also for all the strands. Well, let's just say writing. New thing. This one, they just don't complete it. Okay? So if you look here, this is a writing strand. So they have no mark here. That means they've missed 50% of all of the work related to writing. So if they've missed 50% of all the writing, there's going to be a mark penalty, which is why you can see that their writing mark is actually 65%, because it takes the percentage that they've missed and multiplies it by amount on that average section, and then subtracts that from their average for writing. If, on the other hand, they were absent, you would mark A, and then their mark would still be 75 for writing, because it was an excused absence over here. Obviously, if this one was larger and they missed it, you can see instead of getting 75 in writing, they get 74, because they've missed 1/5 of all of the writing work that's for this particular subject. So their mark penalty is going to be addressed over here. So you can see under the average section that it says there's 1 missed project. If we had put A for absent, then we would see that there's 1 excused project, there's 0 missed project. So this can help you let students or parents know whether they have any missed assignments or any excused assignments. So for the first section over here, there's a missing work penalty. So the missing work penalty is 20. So you can change this up or down as you like, and that'll affect how their mark changes between the various sections. So right now, we know that they have missed 1/5 of all the assignments, because there's weight 1, weight 4, that's 5 in total, and they've missed 1. So they've missed 20% of all the writing work. So if we do that times 20, that's equal to 4, and that's what we can see here is a mark that's being subtracted from their average of 75. So if you changed that amount over here, you can change this to 30. Oh, I have this protected. I'll switch that around. But if you switch this to 30 or 40 or whatever, that would change how the mark is being affected. So that's the basic functionality. It works the same across all subjects. So English, French, math, science, etc. Obviously, some subjects are just listed as a single strand all the way down over to here. Other ones like math, you can keep things separate. Now, I know math is a single mark now in Ontario report cards, but I like to keep the strands separate still, so when I'm doing report card comments, it makes it easier for me to track everything and where they are generally in that particular strand. So that's why I still have it like this. If on the other hand you want everything just to count as one, then by all means you can just put all the category listings for each assignment, ENADSF, and it'll count it for all the strands and it'll give you your math mark as normal. You might be thinking, well, that's weird. It says histoire instead of history. That's because Excel doesn't allow me to name this particular section history because, I don't know, some functionality in Excel doesn't let me do that, so I just put it in French. If you don't teach religion, that's fine. It doesn't affect their average. It's the same. So if you guys have any questions about how things work, how I can make this better, I'd love to hear in the comments on what additional functionalities you'd like to see, how I can change things, how I can change the layout to make things better. So I really appreciate you guys looking at this, and hopefully this saves you guys as much time as it saved me. Thanks very much.